number are you on, Andrew? What number are you on? Have you been going back to the text? Really? Did you read the text yesterday? I find it hard to believe that you're on number 6 already and doing a good job, even if you are going back to the text if you didn't read the text, because how do you know where to look for stuff? Maybe you should read the story. And if you need to, I read it to the class yesterday, so there's a video of that. Okay? Andrew, could you look at me because I'm still talking to you, hon? Okay, because tomorrow we're going to start a paragraph. I'm doing a graphic organizer for a paragraph. So if you need to listen to the story as it's read, there's a video that I posted in Classroom from yesterday where I read it to the class. Okay? Because you're going to need the story to be able to do the rest of the work for the rest of the week. Okay, but you're still responsible for doing the work, right? So maybe during lunch flags or 8th period, you can listen to the story, okay? All in what number, Jan? 4. Brody Ricks, what number you on, buddy? Brody, I didn't hear you. I see that you're trying to speak.
I'm on number 6.
Okay, thank you. Just checking in.
So am I.
Okay, good. Thank you. Couple more minutes, guys. Okay, so ready or not, here we come. Even if you didn't finish, we're going to start to go over these and then you can catch up when we do them. Okay, I'm not grading this one. This is for practice and so that I know that I have showed you the proper way to do this. All right, so if we look at number 2, the question reads, in the sound of summer running, what is one thing that the new sneakers symbolize? And our choices are freedom, loss, successful business, or resentment. Someone in the class want to give us the answer before we go hunt for it? We'll do it a little bit reverse. Okay, nobody here. Anybody out in Zoom land want to give me the answer for this one?
A, freedom.
Okay, so the answer is freedom. So we're gonna select and highlight. Pick whatever color you want, but I want to go back and prove it to
Hello?
myself. So yesterday we
You
talked
would
at
read it.
length about the symbolism of the sneakers to Douglas. And we said things like the sneakers symbolized summer or magic or whatever, right? So that wasn't even like one of the choices. So where did we find the answer for freedom? Where is it in the text? Oh my gosh, you're all sleeping on me. So I know that this isn't fun. And normally when like school is normal, I have kids come up to the board and they can write on the board and underline their text and blah, 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 blah. And they do it that way, but we can't do that. And I'm sorry about that, but that's not my fault. So we still need to do this. You still need to be a little detective. Can somebody please wake up and tell me where the answer is?
On page 2, when his dad asked him to explain it, and in his head he was saying it would be like the way you feel every summer when you take off your sneakers and run.
Okay, yeah. So this whole paragraph here could be number 2, right? I think, yeah, I mean, that's one place for it. And then there's this place here too. There's lots of places. He doesn't use the word freedom, but everything he talks about is being free, right? So I don't know about you, but I love summertime because, you know, I'm not a kid and I don't have anybody to answer to. And I also can do what I want when I want. I sleep when I want, I eat when I want, I go for walks when I want, I go jump in the lake when I want, take the dog. for a
Sorry,
walk.
I'm late.
Huh? I don't know what
I
somebody.
am sorry I am late.
Okay, thank you. But you can find proof of freedom, even though the word freedom isn't ever in there. Everything he's talking about is something about freedom, yes? Okay, good. So that's number 2. Number 3. So Caitlin, we're doing the multiple choice questions and we're going back to the text to prove our answers. So kids had time to work on their own and now we're just going over them. So number 3, in the sound of summer running, what do last year's sneakers symbolize for Douglas? You have to be careful because this isn't this year's sneakers, it's last year's sneakers. So do they symbolize death, going barefoot, the end of summer, a job at the shoe store? Somebody out in Zoom land. What answer did you pick? And then we'll go find it. Liz, what answer did you pick? Got to turn your mic on.
I know. Death?
Yes, the correct answer is death. So let's highlight it. And then let's go back to the text. Where did you find your text, Liz? Your proof for that.
Hold on.
So we got to find where he's talking about last year's shoes, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I just found it. So here we go. For last year's pair, we're dead inside right there. They've been fine, but as the year goes over, you find out there really isn't any magic in them, right? Okay, very good. What number am I on? 4? Okay. So this is a vocabulary question. And when I read this, I did briefly talk about what revelation means. Okay. But you need to, even if I didn't read it to you and I didn't say that, if you don't remember it, you still need to figure this out, right? So it says, when Mr. Sanderson has a revelation, what does he do? Does he decide to retire and no longer sell the Lightfoot tennis shoes? B, he suspects that Douglas wants to buy the shoes on credit. C, he correctly guesses which shoes Douglas wants to buy. Or D, he suddenly understands how wonderful Lightfoot tennis shoes are. Before I even try to answer this one, I need to go find this word revelation in the text and see the context around it. Okay, So I think it comes sort of towards the end, I think. I had a hard time finding it first period. So let me see if I can find it a little easier this period. Okay. I think it's around here. If you see it before I do, let me know. Where did it go? I gotta take my glasses off so I can see this better. All right, I know that sounds
I
weird.
found it.
Okay, where do I have to go? Up or down from where I am?
Up, revolution in his face. You're close to it. Oh, wait. Down.
There, I got it. There we
Yep.
go. Okay, so sometimes with words like this, if you don't know them, you have to read it again, and then you have to use your context clues, okay? So it says, still the man and boy stood there, the boy glowing, the man with revelation in his face. That doesn't really help me much. I know that he has an expression on his face, but in order to figure out what the expression is, I either need to read way before it or after it. If I really glance after it, they're having a conversation about making their deal. So that's not going to help me. I got to read up here where Mr. Sanderson is wearing the shoes and he stands amazed with the rush of words. When the words got going and carried him, he began to seek deep in the shoes. He flexed his toes, he's limited his arches, he rocks girly. Like he gets it. He gets what the kid's saying about the shoes. They're magical. Yes? So something is revealed. The word reveal is in Revelation to this man. What number am I on? 4? Is this number 4? I think it's number 4. Okay.
Yes, number 4.
Thank you. Okay. So you have to take that. Now, if we go back and look at our choices, I still am not quite sure what choice is the right one. But now that I know what's going on in the story, is it when does he decide to retire? That's nowhere in the story. Does he suspect that Douglas wants to buy the shoes on credit? He does, but that's way earlier in the story. That doesn't help me with Revelation. Okay. He correctly guesses which shoes Douglas wants to buy. He did that too, but that was way earlier. It had nothing to do with the question. Okay. So the best answer by process of elimination, he understands. He gets transported back to his childhood, like we said yesterday, right? So B and C actually happen in the story, but not at that point. You have to really read carefully. Number 5, during which month of the year does the sound of summer running take place? June, August, September, December. Anybody in the room want to take a guess? Andrew? No, not September. It is June. And I will show you where it is in a second. It's in the beginning of the story. Lots of other months are mentioned in the story, but if you're not reading the story, you're not going to get the right answer. Just because the word appears does not mean that it's correct. If you look at the beginning of the story, first page, it was June. Second page, June. It is the beginning of summer. That's why he wants the darn shoes. He knows by the end of the summer they're going to die. Right? Okay, so that's number 5. Okay, number 6, last one. Which phrase best describes Mr. Sanderson, the owner of the shoe store, at the end of the sound of summer running? So that's your cue right there. How are we describing him at the end of the story? Is he regretting his deal with Douglas? Is he unhappy about his business? Is he having dreamy memories? Or is he happy with Douglas's offer to work? Anybody want to take a stab at that one? Let me see if there's anybody out in Zoom land. Adriana, what'd you get for that one?
Oh, sorry, my mic wasn't working. Okay. I said happy with Douglas's offer.
Okay, so you picked D.
Yes.
Does Douglas offer to work? Douglas offers to run errands for him. I think that's a good answer. I don't think it's the best answer. So let's go back to the text. Okay, let's see. Because lots of times you can pick between, you're stuck between two good answers. You got to pick the best one. So let's go right back to the text at the end, which I'm going to go right to the last page because that's a good place to start, right? If it tells me at the end of the story. Okay. And we need to figure out how we would describe Mr. Sanderson. So it's where Mr. Sanderson says to the kid, how do they feel? The kid finally puts him on. How do they feel? Right? Antelopes, gazelles. The boy hesitates and then he takes off, right? Mr. Sanderson stood in the sun-glazed door listening from a long time ago when he dreamed as a boy. He remembered the sound, beautiful creatures leaping under the sky, gone through the brush, under the trees. This is your cue right here. These shoes magically took this old man back to his childhood. So at the end of the story, what is he doing? He's having dreamy memories. It takes him back. I'd like to go back to my childhood. I'm an old lady. Okay, so the best answer there is C, guys. Okay, so you have to make sure that you are reading carefully both the question, the choices, and the text. Because in several of these, like even the first one, right? If you don't interpret that and you just go, oh, dad told him to save his money, you're going to get the answer wrong. Dad did tell him to save his money, but you have to read the tone and what dad actually means. You have to inference that, okay? Again, freedom, you have to inference that. The word freedom, I don't think ever comes up. But is that a good answer? The best answer? Absolutely, right? The one about with the months, see, I look at number 5 and I think, oh, that's a right there question, because right in the beginning of the story it says it's June, okay? But other months are mentioned in the story. You have to read the context in which they're used, okay? So tomorrow we're going to continue with Sound of Summer Running. You're going to start your graphic organizer, same question, different story, different character, different object as a symbol, right? But we're going to do graphic organizer and paragraphs on Thursday. Okay. All right. Questions out in Zoom land? All right. I'm going to end the meeting then, guys. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye. Questions in the room? Anybody?